You know, one of my favorite things when I'm traveling around Nevada is when somebody stops me and says, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. Well, I got another one for you. The Sloan Canyon National Conservation Area, just outside of the city of Henderson. 48,000 acres of pristine beauty, hiking trails, and Native American history. Let's go talk to Andrew. He looks after the place. Andrew, tell me how you got into this line of work.
Well, I think like a lot of park rangers, I grew up spending a lot of time in the outdoors with my family, and I really had a love for nature. So I was looking for a job where I could be outdoors during the day and see beautiful places.
How's it working out for you?
Well, so far so good. Yeah, I've been doing this about 21 years. So
tell me about this conservation area. It's relatively new.
Yeah, Sloan Canyon was created in 2002, and it's an area near Las Vegas and the city of Henderson that was set aside as a place to protect the cultural history. We have a lot of Native American petroglyphs and rock art here, and it tells a story that goes back about 1,500 years. And then also as a part of the Mojave Desert, that's a good example of what the Mojave looked like at one time. So all of Las Vegas was like this once, and now we still have a place we can come and be reminded of what it was like.
I noticed a lot of volcanic rock. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, you know, that's a unique thing to Sloan Canyon. If you look around the desert, most deserts have a lot of sandstone everywhere you go, which is really just made out of sand and pressed into sandstone. But Sloan Canyon is the one place where we had ancient volcanoes. About 14 million years ago, there were many volcanoes that were erupting here, and they were creating lava domes, and they were collapsing. And they were making a kind of rock that you can't find anywhere else in the Las Vegas Valley. And those rocks would be rocks like dacite, andesite, and basalt. And so it's really a unique thing to come out here and go hiking among these rocks and have it look a little different than anywhere else you could go hiking here.
That's so well said. And how many miles of trails do you have?
We have a lot of trails. They're kind of surrounding the conservation area. The one that we're on today is probably one of the most popular ones, the Petroglyph Trail. But we have trails for all levels of difficulty, from climbing Black Mountain, which is a kind of a strenuous climb, to just taking a little leisurely stroll on what we call the 101 trail down here.
You mentioned petroglyphs. Native American history is really prominent here.
Yeah, well, petroglyphs and other kind of rock art are one of the best ways that we see evidence of the Native Americans that were living here about 1,000 years ago.
So the actual art that you see is over 1,000 years old?
Yeah, petroglyphs are panels where the picture is chipped into the rock with another rock, and then we have pictographs which are painted on the rock with some form of paint from back then. And we have over 1,500 images just in this canyon and 700 panels.
Can you tell me about some of the designs that you see on the rocks?
Yeah, so there are designs that you or I would recognize right away. It's obvious what they are, like a bighorn sheep. And actually bighorn sheep still live in Sloan Canyon today. But back then that was one of the most important animals that the Native Americans hunted, so we see that a lot. But there's a lot of other designs, I might even say the majority, that you and I wouldn't know what they are. They're geometrical, they're spirals, they're grids, they're squares, and this is where you can kind of use your imagination and try to decide what they were trying to tell us from the past.
How many people come here each year?
The numbers are going up and up. Sloan Canyon has only become more and more well known. I would say maybe somewhere around 30 or 40,000, I'd say. It's not as popular as some areas, but those numbers are really increasing year to year.
I kind of like the solitude, I'll be honest with you. You come out here, and as we've talked about before, the city is so close. If you're looking for an exhale, if you're looking for some solitude, it's right out the back door of Las Vegas.
That's really it. You know, Sloan Canyon was a secret that only the locals knew for years and years. But now the word is getting out, and we're welcoming a lot more tourists from other places. But you can still find a spot here where you won't see another person, where you won't hear anyone's voice, and where you can just enjoy that peace and quiet.
If you had to explain Sloan Canyon in one sentence, how would you do it?
Well, the thing that comes to mind for me is ancient. You know, when I come out here, I forget about modern technology, about the city that's just over that hill. I come out and I could be at any time in the past. The petroglyphs are thousands of years old. The landscape is millions of years old. And so you can really lose yourself and just kind of get transported back to another time.
You and I think exactly the same way. That's exactly how I would describe it. And I'm sure that when kids come out here, it's a special thing for them as well, right?
Absolutely. You know, the BLM has an agreement with a lot of the schools in the Henderson and Las Vegas area, and we have field trips that come out here. We bring out school kids of ages kindergarten to grade 5, and we have a different curriculum for each grade level, and it's really something special that they can come out and explore the area. We also go into the classrooms and teach them about Sloan as well.
I can't believe I didn't know about Sloan before this. It's ancient, but it's vibrant, it's alive, and I really appreciate you taking the time to really show me around today. I've enjoyed it.
Well, it was great to meet you, and I'm glad you finally made it to Sloan Canyon.
Yeah, well, I'll be back.
Okay.